I see you have an appetite for destruction.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Team Liquid Legacy Star League Championship Preliminaries. Apologies for the delay. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the cast, and by that I mean my computer was just not being very cooperative. So I'm praying that everything still works. If not, I apologize. You can simply enjoy the lovely red couch in the background. The board couch everyone loves. So yes, I am Sale, and with me as always is Catspaw. What's up, dude?
Everything's fine, just here, expecting some good games tonight.
So we are apparently in round 5 of the preliminaries. I think there are 7 or 8 rounds, so we're past the halfway point, coming to the end here. And once again, the top 32 players from the preliminaries will go through to the main tournament with a single bracket elimination style from there, so that'll be very exciting. Yeah, and otherwise, we're just going to do it exactly as the previous weeks, get some hand-picked games from all the preliminary games, because there's like a million games every day. And the first one is going to be Remag versus SPX, PBT.
Nice, nice.
All right. Well, it looks like it's going to be game 1 of their best of 3, which is Fighting Spirit. Same map pool as every other week, I believe. Fighting Spirit, Neo Medusa, and Heartbreak Ridge. So let's see how that plays out for our poor Terran player. Anyway, game number 1. Are you ready, Catspaw?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Hey, at the top right position as the brown Terran, we do have SPX. At the bottom right, as the orange Protoss, we have Remag. And for once, like, both players are using their actual IDs, and there's no like fancy characters or random names or whatever. I like it.
Yeah, it does make it a little bit better and easier to remember.
It does indeed. All right.
What do you think about? I mean, SPX, I haven't seen him for a while now, but Remag, I think I've seen him like playing in National Wars. He's been doing pretty well, so definitely really interested in seeing what he brings to the table.
Yep. I mean, I have not seen either of these players for a while, so I couldn't tell you. I mean, I still think of Remag as the Heartbreak Ridge. Oh my God, he's like a Heartbreak Ridge only player, and we have that in the map pool. So if this ever goes to game 3, Remag will never lose, which is amazing.
So he just needs to get to that game 3. Well, that's actually pretty good for him, right? So he really has to like find one way to win, maybe a cheese, maybe a macro game, and then get to game number 3.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy has played more games on Heartbreak Ridge than like Flash and Bisu combined or something. It's like, it doesn't even matter how, because the pro gamers, right, even though they practice a ton, they practice all the maps in the map pool. And I don't think Heartbreak Ridge was in the map pool for more than a couple of seasons. But for Remag, it's like his fighting spirit, his own personal fighting spirit. So anyway, he's gonna scout right here with his first probe.
I'm looking at the position of the first gateway. That's actually quite interesting. I think most people actually like to put it over the assimilator and then put the gateways there, so that the rally point is actually quite close to the ramp, which is a kind of more. I don't know if it's more efficient. It's kind of easier to then make your base. That I don't know. I wonder how he plans to then put the rest of his buildings actually.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's just you know, pretty standard between the ramp and the Nexus, but it doesn't really matter. Sometimes also, if you're not paying attention, you can forget or not realize where your starting position is. This has actually happened to me a lot on Fighting Spirit, where I'll spawn bottom left, but I think I'm top left, and I build my gateway in the wrong place. I'm like, oh well, you know. It's like, it doesn't really matter. So
yeah,
that might have happened.
I know exactly what you mean. It does happen when your first like reaction is to, okay, I'm splitting my workers, then I'm trying to remember what build I want to do, and then by the time you look at it, you actually have your pile in a place that you don't even have too much of a room for a gateway and a core.
Exactly, exactly. You just build it on the edge of the map. You're like, whoops, I just can't build all my buildings. Oh well.
Okay, so range first. Okay, so it's, I would say that's the kind of the most standard style, right, to begin with?
Yep. Seems pretty reasonable and safe. No cheese, nothing out of the ordinary. So we got guys pulled off gas. Oh, only one guy pulled off gas actually for Terran. That's fine as well. It's probably fast expand. Might go for like a 2-tank FD, so it's slightly slower, but it's a bit more scary. I haven't seen that recently though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tricky thing to think about because of the gas, you know, when you see the SCVs pulled from gas, even if they pull like the 2 and leave 1, they can always put them back in and then continue with a double factory. So back in the day, it was a little bit of information that you would know what they were doing, but nowadays it's a little bit more difficult to tell.
Yep. Ooh, very defensive here from SPX, because unfortunately for him, his SCV, just like both players actually, their scouting workers went all the way, went to both other spawning locations. So neither player knows anything about the other player besides their spawn. And so SPX is actually building his command center on the high ground. It's very, very safe. That's fine. He only lose like, 10 seconds to float it down to the natural anyway, once he realizes he can. Unfortunately, of course, that also means the Dragoon is going to block the ramp. So very interesting situation here. Oh no, but a fail block from the Dragoon!
Whoa. That should not have happened.
Oh man, he tried to be fancy and chase it down the ramp to kill it, and instead just let it go past him. The SCV critically sees the Robo, and I mean, all the pylons were here anyway, so there wasn't any possibility of hiding in buildings. That's one thing I don't like about stacking your first few pylons in the same place. It means that the Terran can very easily feel very safe.
Yeah, I mean, you can always try to put like a pylon, I don't know, even out of your base to just scare the Terran, but
yeah.
In a way, if you're going for this fast expansion from SPX, you still want to be quite defensive at the beginning, so...
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Okay, so we do have an eBay as well, and interestingly enough, that Siege First is usually like considered the, I would assume, the most defensive style, although Bulldog builds are actually quite efficient against this kind of beginning. It's actually a lot harder to deal with the early mines.
It's pretty funny, this is sort of, you mentioned Bulldog, a bit of an older build. We don't really see that much anymore, and similarly for Siege Expand, a bit of an older build that's been replaced pretty much by the FD. But here we do have SPX going for this, which is absolutely fine. As you said, it's vulnerable to the Bulldog, but not much else. Otherwise, it's very safe. And I mean, I guess if you're not overly confident in microing your initial units for the FD, then you might as well go for this. Because FD is a little bit more difficult to pull off correctly, I suppose.
I do have to say one thing that I found quite curious. The scouting SCV went to the 6 o'clock location while it was going to the last main, which, I mean, I don't know exactly what you want to find there, but it's at least something that I'd have to look if there is any reason to actually do that.
I was wondering about that as well. Now that I think about it, maybe he knew that because he was so late, there might be a goon at the front, so he was hoping there'd be a Dragoon kind of waiting on the bridge, and then he could go behind the Dragoon or something like that. But of course, the Dragoon ended up being on the ramp. Now, of course, we do have this double expand here for being like very, very dangerous. I believe we talked about this on one of the previous casts, actually. The risk versus the reward of this build. I used to do this build all the time, but again, any kind of 2-base aggression, a very standard 4-fact, well, it's not actually that standard anymore, especially in Fighting Spirit, but if the Terran were to do a 4-fact, or even just a pretty strong 2-fact, just poke out, then it would be very difficult for remag to do anything against that.
I think that the reason why he went for that is because he actually saw the siege so early.
Yeah.
So when you don't have mines early on, you can sort of, at least, like, if you see the goon positioning around around the base, just to find out if anything is moving out, I think that's the reason. Because if you see that, okay, he's not going to be pressuring very fast with a few vultures with mines, one a little bit out of the way to get killed. But I would assume that's the reason. And also, now that he sees with the observer the exact amount of factories that are being produced, I think that's actually probably going to pay off.
Yeah, definitely. In particular, he's going to also grab this SCV. Yes, he will. I do like the positioning of the Dragoons here. I definitely think all Protoss players should do this in the beginning of the game, especially now that he's seen there's no threat of a Vulture run by. This is very, very, very good for him. So pretty much perfect opening here for remag. I mean, there's no chance of SPX. Well, I say that he is actually adding 2 more factories. I was going to say, because of the obs here, Remag could, would know exactly what kind of aggression is coming his way. But but the reason I say the double expand is dangerous is because even if you see the 4-fact coming, it can still be a little bit difficult to stop unless you get some really nice positioning in the middle of the map. That's going to be critical because you can see the gateways are being added, but that means he's got no minerals to actually build units now. So that round of gateways costs him pretty much 1 round or like half a round of production, which delays the army size. So you can already see there's pretty much the same number of tanks as Dragoons on the field right now.
Yeah, and I think the biggest problem right now is that you have to guess whether you want to go for speed lots or if you want to get the shuttle. Now, I usually in this situation would prefer to get the shuttle and just zealot bombs because there's still no vultures out.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, but looking at this timing, I think if he just delays an extra 20 to 30 seconds, he will actually have the time, the speed lot timing. You can see he's already spamming quite a few zealots here. Notice he only still has the 1 gas. He didn't mine off the 2nd or 3rd gas. That's absolutely correct. That's what you need to do. You need the mineral income because you can just spam the zealots. Even the dragoons, obviously, they don't cost that much gas anyway. And you're not going to tech up anytime soon with this build. You just want that eco. You just want some units to stay alive. And I think he might be okay here because you can see how low the goon count is though. Only 8 dragoons still versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 10 tanks already at the front. This is the issue with the build. But the question is, can SPX go fast enough? You can see he's doing a slow push here because he doesn't want to risk getting caught out unsieged. But that amount of time is allowing Remag to really pump out of these 6 gateways. Like SPX needs to go a little bit faster than this if he actually wants to do something.
I still don't like the idea of the zealots, and the real problem for me is that if you did get the shuttle first, you could actually be bombing them and stall this a lot longer. Now that the vultures are actually here and they build extremely fast, the speed lots are not going to be that efficient, I believe.
I think you're absolutely correct. The shuttle is here now at the natural. It's just waiting for the time to strike. He's going to basically wait until the last possible second to max out on his army before going in here. Also doing some nice mine clearing. But as I said, the time is basically against SPX. Remag just needs to buy time for units. SPX is the one that actually needs to go. And he has actually finally made it all the way up to this natural bridge. This could be really effective. Now the Dragoons are cut off actually from the rest of the army. Of course, that also means that Remag could go for a big flank here, but we'll have to see. There's still not that many units. And here come the bombs! Oh my god, there's a lot of mines here! The Obs is actually showing him where the mines are. Nice mine bomb! The Dragoons are coming in. The Vultures were too far in the back, but the tank line is too deep. I don't think Remag can actually break this. All the Zealots are gone, and there's still enough tanks in the back and enough buffering units. Remag should save the Dragoons. He needs to save the Dragoons.
Yes, he shouldn't stay there. He should really back off right now.
Oh my god. He needs to save the Dragoons. Oh, he looks like he's grabbed pretty much all the Vultures, but he's should not hold position there. Okay, he's gone back. So basically, it was a good trade until he stayed a little bit too long with the Dragoons, of course, trading away all the Zealots for the Vultures. He has stopped the siege up right at his front, so he's given himself a little bit of space, but really needs that pump here. He's got 6 gateways going up to 7, going up to 8. If he can get that macro going, he can bust out of this. Still only 4 factories, a little bit of resource float for SPX.
I mean, SPX definitely has a good position, and I think that if he continues laying mines correctly, it's going to be really difficult for Remag to actually break this, because even if he bombs with the Zealots, as long as the tanks can even be completely stopped and they don't shoot, it's going to be more than enough. You won't break this fast enough with the Dragoons on the ground if there are enough mines.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Interestingly, SPX also going for the third base at the 12 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. It's funny because I think the 3 o'clock would actually be even better because obviously his main army is already pushing down here. So if he took the 3 o'clock, there wouldn't even be any possibility of like a sneak backstab because right now, obviously the pros can run around the 6 o'clock and send some units out the side. But to be fair, because it's a shuttle, I guess the 3 o'clock could also get dropped, you could argue. So, you know, it's they both have their pros and cons.
Yeah, and in a way, since probably when you put the command center at 12 o'clock, you don't really have to worry too much about a very fast counterattack with shuttle and breaking everything.
Yeah,
you get still some extra time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although, oh, hold that thought. Zealots coming in. How much damage can they do? A decent bomb. One more Zealot still alive. There's actually no tanks in range of Pet to shoot the other tanks. And now this is the breakout by remag. It's very difficult. There's already a bunker here. A really nice position. And all the Zealots are now dead. I think he needs to back up now. Once again, should be saving the Dragoons if he can. Although, he might get the last couple of tanks here. The two Zealots are going to take out this tank. He might get the bunker as well. And actually go ahead.
It's actually kind of working. In a way, this is buying enough time. The only problem is that if SPX does get to 12 o'clock and continues this, then slowly this is going to go worse for remag. I mean, he did start like he's going to the Arbiter tech, but he's not really getting there yet because he's pumping units so fast. So I feel like he's going to be in a difficult position.
Remag's made a mistake. This gateway in the middle that's making Dragoons, the Dragoons won't be able to spawn. They'll just like get the unit unplaceable and they won't actually build. And that's actually one problem with this gateway layout. Hold on, wait, I actually want to see this gateway in the middle. I actually want to see what happens to the Dragoon. I can't remember. Does it just refund you the cost, or does it just get stuck?
No. I think it
just disappears.
I think so. If it can't get out. No,
no,
it actually does get out.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, I guess the pylon is just high enough. I think if this pylon, if there was something like 1 hex lower, I'm pretty sure that would get stuck. But that's actually really good. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so let's see. Now, the thing is that SPX did continue his normal production, his microcycle, but does he have an armory?
Not
so.
that I can see. He's been really focusing on this attack. To be honest, I'm surprised he even got a third. And yeah, surprised in a good way. That's actually really good of him.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you don't get an armory, then basically you're not getting the full benefit of actually getting to the later stages of the game.
That's true. That's true. But I don't know if he even wants to get there. He might have just added that command center so he can keep up the 6 factory pump. Here we go. Another attempt to take out the contain, but so few units here from remag. I'm a little bit surprised, actually. He's pumping from a lot of gateways. Whoa, he had a lot of goods in the main that were not coming out.
Oh, no. Go back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna abandon these last couple of zealots. One thing, though, I do like about this, and I wanted to mention earlier, was even though these trades aren't the best and he's overstaying a little bit, it is very important to fight while the Terran is low unit count. Because if the unit count gets too high on the contain, it's pretty much impossible to actually move out. You can only even attempt this kind of thing when the tank count is still low. So trading away units here is definitely in favor of remag, who also, by the way, has snuck out a probe to the bottom left, but it looks like Vulture's going to take care of that very quickly.
I mean, the real problem, I think, is that he's already on the bridge, and that's where you actually don't want to be fighting as the Protoss. So from that point on, it's going to be always very difficult to break that position.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it looks like some mines actually... Oh, instead of going to the bottom left, the Vulture's just blocked off at 6 o'clock, but one actually does scout the bottom left main, so not much he can do there. And now the tanks are close enough that he can't run to the 6 o'clock anymore either. So I don't know when remag's going to go for the big bust here, but he needs to be soon. He's got his first Arbiter on the way. I don't think he can even afford to wait for its energy. He just needs to go with it.
I don't think if he tries to break this, I think he's gonna lose. I mean, yes, you don't want to give more position ground to the turn, but I would actually rather wait for a few tanks to cross the bridge, kill only those tanks, and back again, and continue doing that, because I don't see any other way that you can actually break this.
Well, it looks like he's decided that instead of breaking it, he's going to run around the side here. A small group of Dragoons going, but the Vulture is obviously super fast and easily taking this out. And they don't even need mines to kill these Dragoons. Just going to brute force it down with sheer numbers. Look at that. No way these Dragoons can escape. Even going to use some mines just for good measure. But now the contain is pretty much sealed, you can see. Well, actually, no, this is still just a minefield, so still a possibility to leave.
You can actually break now, because the Vultures all went back, so you could actually try to break it right now.
Well, remag has the same idea. He's going. There's a lot of mines, a lot of zealots dragging them. Oh man, if he dragged that mine, that would have been amazing. Here we go. Oh, but the mine blows up on his Dragoons instead, but he is able to clear the front line of tanks. A big mine in the back also clears most of the back tanks, but one tank crucially remains, the bunker also. I don't know if it was rebuilt or if that's a different bunker or something, but there's another bunker there. Now more units coming out. Finally, the Arbiter comes, but there is a turret, a scan as well, just because. There's a bunch of turrets here, actually. And it looks like remag's still unable to break out. Does clear the front line again, though.
Yeah, and there's a lot less tanks right now. There's only like 3 tanks in front, so this is actually completely breakable by now. As long as he continues producing units fast enough, and even if he gets like 1 good stasis, I think he can actually break out of here.
We've also got the counterattack goons at the 12 o'clocks. Too good. I don't even know what happened. I don't know where all the vultures went, but somehow he must have just pulled them all back and ignored the last couple of units. That's actually really funny. Meanwhile, the SCV kills a probe at the left side, and this vulture has 4 kills somehow at the bottom left nexus. I hope he wasn't actually making probes there. That'd be a little bit silly.
Oh, okay. The Dragoons are going to go down now. Yes.
Man, they had like 12 or 13 kills between them, though. That's pretty good. And looks like abusing some cloaking here at the natural. Gonna pick up one tank for free.
Attention. Okay, there he goes. But doing this is actually exactly what you really want to do, because if you can trade slightly more efficiently just with that, I think he's actually going to be able to break out, because the main problem that he had all the time is that even though he was doing this decent trades, he just basically didn't have just about like 3 or 4 more units to actually do this.
Yeah, oh man, I actually really love that we're watching this game right now, because this showcases exactly what we were talking about with the builds. I really love that SPX went for the 4 factory as well, off of just 2 base instead of just turtling, because if he had turtled and just gone for the 3rd command center, he would have actually been really far behind. But because he did this build, he's actually in such a good position. I don't know if this is, because I mean, he did it blind, right? He did not scout the 3rd nexus of remag, so I don't know if it was just lucky or if he knows that remag tends to do this kind of thing.
I think that it was because of the scouting of the few Dragoons that were just outside his natural. He just saw that it was too few units, so decided that, okay, it probably is an expansion.
That's interesting.
Oh my god, look at the main of SPX.
Whoa! Hello.
Now that's something you don't usually see. I don't know what the plan is.
I don't know, man. It's the little Arbiter snipe squad.
Yeah, because the Arbiter actually has enough energy right now to try to recall, but
this could actually be genius, because I think pretty much the only way remag can win right now is with a gigantic, just all-in suicide recall on the Terran main and just go for like the elimination kill. So basically, just the Protoss just kills all the entire Terran base, and the contain is strong enough to like stop the Protoss from going out on the ground, but it takes too long for it to come back, and by the time it gets back, it's not enough units, and then they just all die because they come in piecemeal. So if he just like runs in and snipes the Arbiter with the Wraiths, look at this! He's got 2 Goliaths and 3 Wraiths just camping.
Yeah, but the Observer does see it, and the Arbiter is actually going for the bottom. If you look at the 6 o'clock, there's pretty close to there. The Arbiter is actually going all the way around to actually get this. And I think SPX doesn't have no idea about this, because if you see, he's not trying to push the issue in the bridge. He's actually just waiting and saying, okay, I do have more bases than you, so I should just basically win. But the Arbiter is going to find a way to actually get a good recall, although he's going to the 12 o'clock where there's a massive army waiting for him.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh my god, Remag's getting air armor, so his arbiters don't die. Oh, Nico! The recall goes off. Nice, got storms here as well. The mines! Oh, the mines! Okay, the mines do some damage, but really nice recall here, actually, from Remag. Yeah. Did not anticipate those storms coming in.
And a second Arbiter from the 6 o'clock is going right away, so if he kills this base and manages to get to the second one, he's actually going to put SPX on 2 bases.
Wow, this is actually really interesting. See, this is one reason, actually, taking the 3 o'clock would have been better, because his army would just be right there. He could just unseat the tanks and go, but he doesn't have any units at the top left, and the top left main is making a bunch of factories, but those are all just going to insta-die. Vultures are running around like headless chickens. And he hasn't sent any army here. Has he just spent all his money on raids? What is going on?
I don't know, because he had a lot of SCVs. He had like 63 SCVs, so he should have enough economy for this. But yeah, another recall, and wow. I mean, there's no cloak for these raids, right? There's no, there's no cloak. So basically, if there's no cloak, they're not going to be efficient in a fight.
Oh my god. These raids are just sitting here like, guys. Oh wait, we got one. We're gonna get it. No, we're trying to be fancy with micro. I think that was actually worse. I think if you just right-clicked it would have been better.
Yeah.
But another base is gonna fall, and SPX I don't think he's winning the game anymore, because he's down to 1 almost mined out base.
Yeah, and he's losing the command centers as well. If you actually floated them out, then maybe you can kind of take another base. But because what's going on, especially Wraith shenanigans, it's actually going badly. But that being said, look at remag's bases as well. They're pretty much dried out. So in a heads-up fight, it's not going to be easy for remag to actually get to the heart of the production of the Terran.
I can't believe he's getting air armor while also not having any money to spare. It's not like he has, 10k in the bank. Like, who the heck gets air armor, man? Seriously. I mean, that does that really do anything? I mean, turrets and Goliath do so much damage per shot. The armor is negligible. Interestingly, trying to sneak at base here at the bottom left, but SPX is on top of it. So now we're going into super mega low eco game, and we're having a middle base. SPX is like, all right, you got me. I'm going for the middle base. You got the cannon rush going on. The 20-minute cannon rush timing.
Yeah, why is there a cannon there? Like, you have an entire army there and you're deciding to make a cannon. I don't get it. Oh, but a massive push out is actually coming down. But this may get it off there. Ah!
Yeah, this is what should have. Wait, no stasis. Oh my god. And the Arbiters actually get sniped by the Wraith straight away, and this counter could actually just finish the game. Are there enough Protoss units though? The Zealots are on top of the siege tanks though. He might actually break through. No, it's not quite enough. He needs more Zealots. He needs more something. He needs a Storm or something. No, he doesn't have it. This is what XPX should have been doing the entire time that his bases were dying. He finally figured it out. This is the proper response to getting recalled, is just to go and kill the Protoss' base.
And especially send like one tank right now to the 6 o'clock. Just don't wait for it.
Could you imagine if remag just gave up his main base and just remade his main at the top left?
Well, he's actually doing that right now, so I mean...
I know, it's amazing! Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Look, I like what SPX is trying to do, but he should be thinking about transferring some SCVs right now to that middle. Okay, there we go. Because he's really like almost no economy at all.
Yep. He is.
Ooh.
He's gonna
and
be...
also, wait, there are no arbiters right now. So, basically, SPX can aggressively push.
Oh, we got a storm on the glass coming up though. Nice storm. He's got one more storm in these Templars, but that is a lot of siege tanks. Can he do a defensive? Oh no, he doesn't have arbiters. He can't do a defensive recall.
No, he lost them because of the Wraiths. See, the genius
move.
Oh my
god, the Wraiths! The Wraiths did it! It was the
genius move.
Oh man, that was a bad storm. He should have saved that for when the tanks broke the ramp.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, he's producing a lot faster right now than SPX, so this is eventually probably gonna fail. That's why you usually want to put only like a few tanks up the ramp and leave everything down.
Oh man, he should have made like a DT to go and run in. That would have been so good, but here we go. He's moving in. The Arbiter's out. There's the cloak. Oh, he needs to cloak the Zealots too. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, there's a scan. Gonna pick up these tanks. He should back off as soon as he kills that tank. Should not continue. Yep. Gonna save his main base for now.
Actually, I think he's done it. I think he's done it.
He should use. He's got a huge army at the top left. I think he should do something. Oh, but
yeah.
SPX is not mining, and his SCVs are stuck. They can't move. They can't leave. Look, they're stuck. They're stuck. What the hell is going on?
How the hell did that happen?
What? Wait, what? Can they really not leave?
I think that, I mean, you can lift the CC.
Wait, how did he break out of his main?
What?
Wait, the Protoss somehow broke out of his main.
Yeah, because he just had only tanks, so just a few Zealots, and eventually they broke out.
These SCVs can't mine. SPX can't mine for some reason. It's SCV jail. Is this like a SCV tight wall?
Lift your natural. Natural.
SPX has no money. He has 82 minerals. He can't mine.
But to be fair though, if he can trade it really efficiently, this is not a game over yet. I mean, look at this. There's still some units. Oh, but he's going a little bit too aggressive. He should stay behind the mines.
Oh man, the tanks are all on siege. This is A moving. He's got no money. Dude! The SCV jail! Come on, man! Does he think he transferred them? Does he actually think they're mine?
Look, he's actually bugging them through to get them out instead of lifting the CC.
Dude, lift the command center! Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. SB, you know you can lift these, right? Does he know you can lift buildings? Maybe he doesn't know that. Can somebody give him like the instruction manual for StarCraft that explains that you can lift Terran buildings. Does the instruction manual even tell you that you can lift buildings?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god.
Oh, a bomb! Oh. Okay, so basically, to be fair, I mean, remag has like a lot more units, but he's not doing anything with them. He's transferring probes from the 6 o'clock to the hidden expansion at the top left.
And it's fine because there's no units there, there's only mines. And mines don't trigger on workers. Okay. I just want to point out that like 5 minutes ago people were like, guys, you know, what's so interesting about this game? Well, there you go. I told you guys. The TL admins, they don't let us down. They pick the games that we want to see, for better or worse.
Wait, wait a second. SPX has another base?
Yeah, he has 3 o'clock. I just noticed that as well.
But, dude, the SCVs, you need SCVs on that base, you know? Like, lift your natural, please, because this game is actually a lot closer than it looks. I mean, the Arbiters are the only real edge that right now remag has. If you look at the population, it's like, it's not good for SPX, but it's not completely terrible.
Yep. Does SPX not know about this top left base? He must know, right? Yeah, he's building a turret there. But I guess he just doesn't have the units to do anything about it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely there's a lot there, and he wants to keep pressuring the main. I think the reason why he wants to keep pressuring the main is to make sure that the production, because there's such a amount of gateways there, that basically everything that tries to get out is kind of choked.
Oh, he finally got out. He killed the turret. He did not lift the command center, he killed the turret.
Okay.
The SCVs are free. They're out of jail.
Oh, that really is an important moment in SPX life. No, I mean,
that's like what happened to J-Dong on Outsider, or Outsider, or I can't remember that map. Outlier, that's the one. Outlier.
Okay.
It's like diarrhea Terran, or no, constipated Terran. Opposite. The opposite. He wished he was diarrhea Terran.
Recall on the 3 o'clock.
Oh, Rico!
But to be fair, he doesn't need that many SCVs there. He can just transfer to the middle, right?
To the middle?
I mean, you wanna, to the middle base.
But I mean, there's not that many patches here, and they're actually low value. You can see one of them's already been mined out. So I don't know. He needs an actual base. Oh, but he's going to counterattack. He's going to the top left. Oh, the army that was there was recalled out. Oh my god, the recall from the 3 was actually the army from the top left, so there's no units here anymore. You should build DTs though. No, don't build a Zealot. Build the Dark Templar, man. Come on, emergency DTs.
He's building it, but I don't think it's gonna be in time. Like, even if it gets out, you're gonna lose almost every single pro. He's mining the gateways, so he doesn't have the sniperability.
Oh god. Oh my god. We're gonna go back down to like no bases apiece. Oh my god. But remag has no idea about the middle base, and there's no way for him to get to it.
Yeah, and he's going
so many mines.
A lot of mine is in there, so he's not going to. Oh, but the SCVs! Get the SCVs out of there! Get the SCVs! They're gonna die in the nets! Or they were stuck for 20 minutes. Oh, that's a pain. I'm guessing he's gonna storm that. I mean, he has a storm. He's gonna storm those SCVs.
Dude, his EMP research is like not even.
Oh,
he's gonna kill the EMP. No, no. Oh, but the emergency DT at the top left. There's a DT there. All the probes are dead, but the DT is gonna kill everything, I think. Oh, EMP finished. It doesn't matter.
Look at the natural of remag. He's longest is mining from his natural.
This game is amazing. Oh my god. Oh wait, the DT died, but it killed both siege tanks at the top left.
They're actually starting to clean the mines in the middle and in the contain after the bridge. But oh, that observer. Oh, you're gonna die.
Oh man, observer's down.
And the tank is actually shooting at the dragoons and there's mines. I mean, you really can't bleed any units right now in this low eco.
Oh, he actually gets the tank even though it's being repaired. All right, Terran has 64 supply and 50 minerals. Kronos has 59 supply and 100.
I have to say that I think SPX has done it. Look, there's like no mining at all for remag. If he tries to do anything, gonna have to go through at least a massive amount of minefields.
Yeah.
So
this is looking very bad for our Protoss hero here. To be fair though, he did survive a lot longer than I thought when he got contained like that. I was like, oh okay, this game's gonna be over now, and it was not.
Yeah.
He's got one goon hiding at the 12, Ninja Goon.
And another recall going through the 3 o'clock.
What's he even gonna recall? He's got like 4 units.
He's got, especially because he's got no dragoons, and in this moment, you really need a few dragoons because of the mines are going to really screw you over if you don't have any
He
dragoons.
should recall the middle, but he doesn't realize it's there.
Oh, and he stasis one vessel.
Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have energy for recall. What's the point?
But he can stasis another thing. Maybe that is TV that's coming.
He thinks SPX can only mine from the 3.
Oh.
He thinks that doing this Arbiter Harass is really good because this is the only mining SPX has.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it is not the case.
And probes are getting killed by one vulture. At the natural. They're running to the 6 o'clock, but why would you run? There's nothing there.
You gotta mine that gas like 80 times faster, man. The epic gas mining.
Oh. Okay, so the Arbiter is still flying around trying to figure out what to do with its life. Unfortunately, that's probably not gonna help too much. The vulture, wait, there's a vulture. No, there are pretty much detection and vultures everywhere. So those probes, even if they're trying to like long distance mine, they're gonna get scouted.
He should just. Oh man, what should he do? I guess he's gonna recall the middle now. Is he gonna figure out this is here? Is he gonna recall? Oh my god, the probes are fighting the vulture. They might kill it. Get it! Get that guy! Get it!
30 minutes micro.
Get it! 1 HP. Oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. You can't do that. SPX is disqualified from the you can't do that. That's DQ. DQ.
You know, when you play those map settings and people tell you, dude, why are you doing that? That's never gonna happen in a real game. Well, guess what?
Exactly, man. Exactly. Alright, we've got 2 arbiters. It's fine.
That's actually... I mean... Whoa, he's recalling... Oh, okay. That's weird.
See, why he should have done this when the probes were still alive, but...
Yeah. And now that... Oh, he can still recall in, like, on the tanks with the other arbiter, and if he does that and storms, he's actually gonna get that army. EMP? Is there EMP?
Hey, Stasis Storm! Sibalu!
And another good storm. Storm. Oh, there's no more storm.
Oh.
EMP. Okay, that's why.
And
well,
we're done.
Yeah, 26. Okay, so remag is gonna get. I mean, I'd be pretty upset too.
GG.
Whew.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Join.
So,
okay.
SPX, after way too long, takes game number 1. And the perfect timing, my dishwasher has just finished. Don't worry, guys. Stay calm. Everything is fine. Probably. Oh my god, and apparently, according to Tupacalypse, Remag was so mad that he forfeited game 2. Oh god, the rage. The rage. Nice.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad actually because he was actually doing really nice. I think. I mean, for a very long time he was doing great. Then he started to do enough good moves that he could actually come back in the game.
Mm-hmm. Well then. All right. People were even asking in the chat whether we'd see the rest of the games. No. That's it. We're done. Oh, nice. Next game, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a PvP. So, yeah, we'll know something a little bit about that. It's going to be Bonith versus Idigel.
All right. Now let's see what they do. I really want to see. I mean, I really hope we see some crazy builds.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Fighting Spirit. We can see 12 next. Somebody 12 next already, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, and I don't. I think he won also because he did it like. I think the guy who did it with the Forge lost, and the guy who did it with Double Gate won. I think so.
Is that right? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I mean, both these guys I think are quite high in the standings. I'm pretty sure they were both top 10 last week. Yeah. So this should be a pretty high level game. It's gonna be a Fighting Spirit. So here we go.
Let's go.